I low-key want sushi for dinner.
Go get sushi.
You know how Nick was talking about how we need an intro? This is going to be that lead-in intro of us just talking about what we want for dinner.
I always want hibachi. Like
Yeah.
fried rice, noodles, hibachi chicken. Oh!
Yeah.
Divine. Welcome back to episode 9. Wow, we're cruising.
We're almost to double digits.
Oh my gosh, we're almost 2 full hands. That's crazy.
2 full hands, yeah.
We have a wicked fun episode planned for you guys today. We are debriefing more Olympic stuff and medals and no medals. And
the drama of it all.
The drama.
Also, new lights. New couch.
Yeah, I said to you guys, I don't really want to mess with this too much because we just figured it out.
Yeah.
But it's a little wavy in here. Kelsey had to make her apartment more homey. We have new couches. They're super cozy.
It's very comfy, and it's way bigger.
Yeah, we have room now.
Room to spread out.
That just means next is going to be a camera with better quality. We're making slow upgrades for y'all.
We're making it happen.
Just go right into it.
Do you want to go into that, or should we tell everybody where we're at?
Oh, well, you normally tell them where they're at.
Okay, I'll go.
Hey, if you didn't know, everyone watches women's sports.
Hell yeah, brother!
And mine says, Houston, I have so many problems.
Anyways, you can follow Game Changers at Game Changers ETP on all social media. That includes Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, the core groups. You can also follow Empty the Bench Network on social media as well at ETP Network. And this episode, along with every other podcast done by the network, will be at youtube.com/ETP Network. So make sure you check it out. A lot of good stuff on there.
For sure. Tons of fun stuff. And then you guys can also, we're going to eventually do this. We won't be able to do it this weekend, but our friends at ETP are doing a stream through Playback on Sunday at what time?
It's for the 2 WNBA games.
Yeah, for the 2
We can't make it because we have other prior obligations.
Yeah, your girls got work. But you guys should definitely check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. And then eventually, if you want to see more of us, we'll hop on one of those as well. But speaking of Playback, let's hit it with the ad.
Let's hit it.
Let's see if we can get this one right today, guys.
Yeah, you got it. Take a deep breath.
Whew. I didn't have a Capri Sun.
I'll grab you one while you do the end. Go.
Presented by Playback. Watching sports is more fun with others, but we spend too much of our time watching alone. Playback is a virtual space where communities can stream live sports together with everyone perfectly synced up. Creators can hop on stage, deliver their own play-by-play analysts and commentary, and invite viewers up for Q&A. Playback makes watching sports fully interactive and a social experience, not experience. Experience, not experiment. From playing fantasy... I
grabbed you too, just in case.
You know me so well.
Yeah, I know.
From playing fantasy sports, repping your favorite players and teams, and watching with the commenters and communities you care about. Win or lose, sports are best enjoyed together. Join our community by going to playback.tv/ETB Network to find out more, including our live stream schedule. God damn, that was the best one. Yeah, let's go. Freaking 9 times the charm.
We nailed it. It's
oh my god. Practice. You just gotta not stutter. And that's really hard when you have a stutter.
You just gotta focus up. Anyways.
Oh, same thing as the past couple of weeks. Sab and I were not just chopping it up on our phones.
Notes.
We got the
eco-friendly version because Kelsey used to print them out. And
I did, and then
now we don't.
You guys would laugh. One of the notes is, don't need notes. Kelsey has it all.
I have faith in my co-host.
You should.
And I do.
Aw, I have faith in you too.
Thanks, bestie. Anyways, ready to get into some news?
Let's run it!
Running it back for some news. Back to what we know best. Let's start with my favorite team in the whole wide world.
Oh, surprise.
The U.S. Women's National Team has reclaimed the top spot in the FIFA rankings after winning the gold medal after beating Brazil. 1-0.
I know you said last week so sorry guys. I know you said last week that you were gonna find a bar on the way to the wedding to watch the game. Did you guys?
Oh, let me tell you about my bar experience. So, I had to go to Vermont for a wedding this weekend for my cousin. Shout out to Corey and Chelsea. So happy for you both. if you go on the U.S. soccer website, which this is very helpful, they have a page that will show you every bar in America that will play a U.S. Women's National Team game.
No
and there's one bar in Vermont that will do it, and it's in Burlington.
Oh my God, that's my best friend Gwen just moved back to Burlington. I'm so sad.
Yeah, so the bar is in Burlington. It's a Buffalo Wild Wings. So the game started. Little B-dubs moment. Game started at 11 a.m. So me and my girlfriend, who was my +1 to the wedding, we drove up. We left the house at like 6:30 to ensure that we got there on time. We made great time going through Connecticut. We got through Connecticut in under an hour. Got through Massachusetts in an hour. And then we got to Vermont. We stopped in Vermont for a little bathroom break. And at that point, when we got off the highway, it said we were going to be there at like 10:53. So I was like, whatever, it's
kind of a little close for you.
Few minutes to spare, but we'll get there. We get back in the car, since we're not going to get there till 11:25. I said, huh?
No.
And then as we're driving, it just gets longer and longer and longer.
No.
It becomes like 11:30, 11:35.
Are you driving?
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm like...
You're driving. Is Jay at least giving you updates?
Yeah, she had to download the Peacock app. She had to put the hotspot on my phone so we could stream it, and she could connect to my hotspot. So that's how we watched the first 20 minutes of the game. And then we got to Buffalo Wild Wings, and we're sitting there, and we're like invisible. Like our waiter never comes back to like check on us. We ordered like fries or something. They never came. Like I left cash. I was like, I'm not even giving him my card when he gives me the bill because he's not going to be back for another 3 hours. Left cash and we dipped. But it was.
You watched the full game?
We watched the full game.
How rowdy was it?
It wasn't that rowdy, but there was.
But you made it rowdy?
I made it rowdy. And there was also this it was an older woman and man. They had to have been in their 70s or 80s, and then their daughter was with them, who had to have been in her 40s or 50s. And they were very cute. They kept talking to us, and they saw how passionate we were about the U.S. Women's National Team. It was very cute. And then they were like, "Do you play soccer?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Oh, what high school do you go to?" I was like, "I'm not from here.
I'm not around here.
I don't.
Also a college master degree graduate.
Yeah, I'm
not in high school no more.
Sorry, guys. Anyways, but
pause. I just want to give a little plug to Jordan because she is truly amazing. I could not have handpicked someone more supportive for you, and it makes me so happy. She was here when we were shooting the last episode, and I'm in shambles. I just had work. I'm getting ready. I'm trying to do a million things, and Jordan is literally sitting in the corner, giving live updates to Sav to put in our playback and in our rundown. And I'm just this is the cutest thing ever. And she's like, I watch it every week, you guys. And she's just sitting there just cheering us on.
Game Changer's #1 fan.
Literally, it's Jordan. And she's so supportive. It's the best thing ever. And then, I don't know, just hearing how she's doing all that just for you to watch her game.
Yeah. Everybody finds you a Jordan.
I'm still waiting on a Jordan.
You'll get there. Anyways, we love you, honey.
I need the male version of Jordan.
Yes. But anyways, this is so before they won gold, they were 5th in the world by the FIFA rankings, which was the lowest they had been since 2003. So it was a big deal. So they jumped back up. It's been over a year. Is there a bug? Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll be okay. It's tiny. It's been over a year since they've been in the top spot. So they've reclaimed where they deserve to be, in my opinion.
Got it.
Yeah, I got it. Ready?
WNBA?
WNBA.
All right. The WNBA returns from the Olympic breaks. Phoenix Mercury beat the Chicago Sky 85-65 last night. Kalia Cooper dropped 29 points. God damn. Copper. 29 points.
Yeah, she was balling. And it was a big deal because she showed so she used to play for the Chicago Sky. She got traded before the season started. She shows up in her old Chicago Sky jersey.
No.
Drops 29 points.
No.
Drops
That's
29 says nothing.
You know who I feel would do that shit? No. Angel Reese.
Oh, yeah. If she ever gets traded, yeah.
If she ever gets traded, she's going to be let me just pop out with this real quick.
Angel Reese also said she had another double-double last night, I believe.
Did she really? I actually, little off topic, but the NLIs, LSU is dropping their own behind the scenes of Libby Dunn, Angel Reese, LSU athletes, and how the NIL, I should say, NIL changed their lives and all behind it. And it's September 10th. I can't wait to watch it.
Well, LSU also has they have a dedicated NIL office.
Yes,
I've heard the director. I went to an event and the director talked about her job, and I was like, okay, you have the coolest job ever.
Liberty beats Sparks 103-68. Wow. They got bent over. Last night. Indiana
bent over.
Indiana favored to host next year's WNBA All-Star Game. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun to watch. You know, everybody's kept an eye on the Indiana Fever because of Caitlin Clark. I almost forgot her name for a second there.
Yeah.
But Indianapolis also just hosted the men's All-Star game.
I knew that.
All-Star weekend or whatever.
I knew that. The Casey Current takes on.
You are flying.
Do you not want me to? Do you want me to go slower?
Well,
I'm just so excited to talk about Jordan Chiles.
You're flying.
Let's get through the BS so I can just. All right, I'll go slower.
All right, so yeah, now we're on the Casey Current.
Casey Current takes on.
Athletic.
I was gonna.
Okay. You were gonna get there. Sorry, my bad. I jumped into it.
Atletico.
I would say Atletico, but maybe that's just.
But there's no H.
Okay, you're right.
Are you just saying that to shut me
No,
up?
I'm saying like you're right. There is no H. But that's how I would just say it because
De Madrid.
I don't have any ability to speak Spanish. I'm not very good at it.
In the Women's Cup final, so Casey Current are second place in the NWSL.
Yeah, and so this tournament was kind of supposed to bring together a bunch of like women's professional soccer player club teams and like try to elevate the sport, which I think is really good. But yeah, Casey Current are really good, and they're going to play a really good team, and hopefully they win. And there's a couple of other NWSL versus like international club games coming up on the calendar. Chelsea's going to play Gotham FC on August 19th, and Arsenal is going to play the Washington Spirit on August 18th. So more international competition. It's a preseason game for those two WSL teams. But hopefully the NWSL can hold their own and not get absolutely smoked. Because when the MLS plays international teams, they get crushed.
Yeah. You're so right.
All right, now this one's big. This next one.
I'm going to let you take this.
Let me take this?
I'm going to let you win.
All right, this one's big because it just happened. Like, I think the news about it came out like a day or two ago. But Dearica Hamby, who just won a bronze medal with the USA 3-on-3 basketball team, just won bronze. She has filed a federal lawsuit against her old team, the Las Vegas Aces. So Hamby alleged that the team discriminated and retaliated against her after she kind of announced to the world she was pregnant. The lawsuit claims that Hamby suffered, quote, a loss of reputational prestige and brand value and a loss of marketing and or endorsement opportunities. So, not great. Not great. This is an excerpt from a USA Today article. The lawsuit alleged that the Aces offered Hamby incentives outside of a 2-year contract she signed in June 2022 in an effort to retain her services. Those incentives, per the filing, included an agreement by the Las Vegas Aces to cover private tuition costs for Hamby's daughter, Amaya, and team-provided housing that the filing states Hamby used for family to assist with childcare duties when she was traveling for a week. So that's a little bit about like what was promised to her, and she didn't end up getting those things. She also alleged that after telling head coach Becky Hammon and the general manager Natalie Williams that she was treated differently, and that included withholding the promised tuition relief and forced removal from team-provided housing. And it also alleged that Hammon questioned Hamby's dedication and commitment to the team. And during a call in 2023 with Hammon, she did not deny the accusation that Hamby was being treated differently because she was pregnant. So that's not a great look.
Yeah,
if you want my 2 cents.
You can't. That don't look good. You can't mess with pregnant people.
And also, like,
can't do it.
You are a coach and a team in a women's league, so obviously your players, if they so choose, are going to get pregnant and start their families and whatnot. So this will be interesting to see how it kind of all plays out. But Hamby went through the WNBA Player Association, requested an investigation in January of 2023 into the Aces following her trade. So she was traded from the Aces to the Los Angeles Sparks.
Yep.
And then the league opened the inquiry in February and in May announced that they had completed the investigation and found that the Aces did violate league rules for impermissible player benefits, docking the team its 2025 first-round pick selection and suspended Hammond for 2 games without pay for violating league and team respect and the workplace policies. So the WNBA has already done something about this, but now it's like we need more. That wasn't enough. You know what I mean? So interesting to see how it plays out, especially because the Aces are arguably the best team in the league right now. Becky Hammond is arguably one of the best coaches in the WNBA. So,
what do you think? What are your predictions?
I don't know. I think I believe in the legal process, and I'm sure whatever needs to happen is going to happen. I do think
that was such a PR.
I do think that
who's your PR person? They treat you well.
It's me. I do think though that like bottom line, like if you have a player who's pregnant or you are promising certain things, whether it be tuition or housing, you shouldn't be like you should follow through with that. Like that's kind of the bare minimum.
No, I agree.
And especially because like the Aces kind of have a reputation of treating their players so well. They have their own practice facility that's state of the art. They've won all these championships. They've gotten extra money. They've done all of these things. So it wouldn't be out of character for their players, I think, to be treated this well and like have those benefits of like a tuition, like paying tuition and having housing provided to them and things like that. But you can't back out. Like you can't just be like, actually, never mind. You can't have that.
Yeah. Interesting. I didn't know that. It's going down.
Well, we'll be following it, so you'll probably hear about it.
Sure will.
Now it's your time, baby. You got the mic, you got the spotlight. You enlighten us. Water break, drink break, whatever you need.
All right. So, I believe, and quote, and someone can literally even say or pull up the tapes, but I think I said my favorite Olympic moment was when Jordan Chiles' coach, I almost said her boss, might as well be, submitted the Inquirer to change the score. Not change the score, but just see what could happen with the score. And they were right, and she got the bronze medal. Well, basically, Romania was just like, Okay, so basically, if you're going to submit a change in the score, you only have 1 minute to do it after you get the score.
But I learned that's only for if you were the last person to go. Everybody else during the day has 4 minutes to submit their inquiry about the score.
Yep.
Which is even more messed up, I think, when you put that into the context of
Correct.
what has occurred to Jordan Chiles.
Correct. So, she
went last,
and they put in the ruling, and basically they approved it, and she was able to get bronze, and it was this whole thing, and it was great, and that's how she was able to celebrate, and it was this big lovely thing. And then Romania was just like, actually no, like she did it too late. And so then this whole thing came about, and they were like, yeah, she did do it after the 1 minute mark. And now they were like, okay, she has to give her medal away. And this was right after Jordan Chiles says she made it back to the U.S. She was doing all of her press. She was on the Today Show. She announced that she's going back to gymnastics. We talked about that as well. She's going back to UCLA. And, you know, it's one of those really disheartening things in the aspect that you literally train your entire life for this one moment. And she literally finally got that moment, and it was stripped from her by someone saying that she did it too late, essentially.
By 4 seconds.
By 4 seconds. But now there's this whole thing. So before I get into this, she did have to give her medal up, and Romania does have her medal now.
Yep, she got it this morning.
But USAG, I can pull it up. I have this one, but this one's new.
Update on update.
This one said USA Gymnastics was notified by the Court of the Attribution for Sports, CIS, on Monday that their rules do not allow for an arbitrable award to be reconsidered even when conclusive new evidence is presented. We are deeply disappointed by the notification and will continue to pursue every possible avenue and appeal process, including to the Swiss Federal Tribunal, to ensure the just scoring placement and medal award for Jordan. So that I did not know about.
You're going to have to explain that in, like, normal terms.
You didn't grasp that? Or?
No, I wasn't.
Okay.
That went a little bit over my head.
That I did not know about, and that's actually freaking insane. Okay, so basically what that's saying, so she had to give her medal back, but then USAG, they didn't have the footage then, but they have it now that the Olympics released of the coach on camera going and complaining about the score. It was like she did it at like 14 seconds or something. That number could be made up. And then another time, she did it twice at the 47-minute mark. And then she did it a third time. So she put in basically 3 complaints about the score within the 1-minute mark. Like, girl was on it. But they only saw the one after the 4 seconds. And there's video footage of them fighting it. And this just says basically now saying, we don't care that there's new evidence. It's in written that you can't go against. Like, we will not reconsider again. So basically they're just like, yeah, we fucked up. But guess what? It doesn't matter. We're not reconsidering. But in my opinion,
lay it on us.
I have a feeling that, and like, okay, so let me read Jordan's.
Yeah, her thing.
Yeah. Hers was, Jordan is not on social media at this time because of everything, which I completely understand as well. But Jordan has responded saying, I am overwhelmed by the love I have received over the past few days. I am so incredibly grateful to my family, teammates, coaches, fans, USAG, which is United States of America Association of Gymnastics, and the USOPC for their unwavering support during this difficult time. While celebrating my Olympic accomplishments, I heard the devastating news that my bronze medal had been stripped away. I had confidence in the appeal brought by USAG, who gave conclusive evidence that my score followed all of the rules. This appeal was unsuccessful. I have no words. This decision feels unjust and comes as a significant blow, not just to me, but to everyone who has championed my journey. To add to the heartbreak, the unprompted, radical-driven attacks on social media are wrong and extremely hurtful. I've poured my heart and soul into this sport, and I'm so proud to represent my culture and my country. I will never waver from my values of competing with integrity, striving for excellence, upholding the values of sportsmanship and the rules that dictate fairness. I have taken pride in cheering on everyone regardless of team or country. Finding joy again has been a culture shift, and I love seeing others embrace it. I feel like I have given everyone permission to be authentic, to be who they truly are. I am now confronted with one of the most challenging moments of my career, and believe me when I say, I've had many. I will approach this challenge as I have others, and will make every effort to ensure that justice is done. I believe at the end of this journey, the people in control will do the right thing. This, for reference, has 746,000 likes, 25.4 thousand comments, and 19.8 thousand shares.
Yeah.
It's blowing up. Everyone's talking about it. What I think will happen, and it's going to be a long, lengthy ass process, but I bet there's some sort of court legal suing something involved and overruling something. And I would not be surprised if she ends up getting her medal at some point years from now, because it is so in their face wrong about how they are handling it that I think something's going to have to give, and they're just going to be like, all right, shit, we got, let's cave, because it's so wrong. It's so, like, I can't even begin to even, the Olympics makes me so emotional, period. Like, we were talking about this before, and I think some of my friends were talking about it as well. The Olympics is great because with sports in general, you can try and swallow the politics, but politics are in everything. The Olympics, when you see a person, doesn't matter pronouns, gender, race, country, religion, anything, when you see someone on the podium and you're crying, it's pretty much like everyone has the same utmost respect of you've earned that.
Yeah.
And we can all swallow the politics, which I think is so important in the world that we live in. Mm-hmm. And to have that moment and celebrate it with the world and then have it be taken away from you, like, oh, it actually gives me chest pain. Like, I literally get agita because it's so messed up.
No, I agree.
It's so messed up. And, like, especially her saying, like, I've overcome many things, believe me, I have. Like, girl's been through hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the icing on the damn cake. Like,
Yeah.
girl needs a break. My God.
I believe I saw too that this was her first individual medal. She had not had an individual medal for her performance.
Correct. Because last Olympics, she wasn't even supposed to compete. And she wasn't, like, she was trained for it. They're all trained for everything. But, like, obviously they all have their special events.
Mm-hmm.
And when Simone pulled out, it was, okay, Jordan, you're going to go do this. Mm-hmm. She learned, like, 3 minutes before she was competing.
Yeah. And there are instances in the history of the Olympics where athletes are stripped of their medals. We saw it this past Olympics with the United States figure skating team finally getting gold because the Russian figure skaters who won it in the 2022 Olympics were found they were doping.
Yeah, they had stuff in their system.
Performance-enhancing drugs. And that's usually the case of why a medal gets stripped.
Mm-hmm.
They use a performance-enhancing drug, or I was doing quick research while you were saying all that. One of them was like some guy in like 1902 who had played professional baseball, and that went against the amateur rules of the Olympics way back when. All of that to be said, there are multiple times in the Olympics, most recently I think the last Summer Games, I'm sure you've seen the clip that went viral of these two guys, one is from Italy and one is from Qatar, and they did the high jump, and they were basically going to have to go into like a jump off.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, one guy was like, can we just share the gold medal? If you get the same exact time in a race, you share the medal.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason as to why they can't share the medal. I understand that, like, if the inquiry was too late and it goes against the rules of the gymnastics dynamic of all things, you know, like, rules are rules. She broke it. But you still awarded her the medal. Mm-hmm. She stood on the podium. They played the national anthem. Well, not ours, but the flag was up there. And, like, she was with Simone. Like, they were all celebrating. I don't know. It's just, to me, it's very, like...
Not to mention her medal is the iconic photo that also blew up, too, where it was...
like, bowing
where they were bowing down Rebecca, but also, who I believe is Brazil.
Yeah.
But also, it was the first all-black podium.
Yeah.
In gymnastics, I don't think ever, but all-black podium in gymnastics.
Yeah.
Women's, which is, my gosh, that's alone is amazing.
Yeah.
And
it's, like, it's just, like...
Overdue.
It's overdue, and everybody obviously, like, I mean, I don't know anything about gymnastics, but I was sat watching it. Me and my girlfriend were up at like 5 a.m. watching.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, it's just, there seems to be other steps that can be taken to kind of make sure everybody wins, because like this girl from Romania, Anna Barbosa, already went through like the highest of highs and thinking she won, the lowest of lows, realizing that she didn't win because the inquiry came and they reassessed the score, to now having her medal again, which it's rightfully hers, I suppose, because
I don't know
all of it.
It was like, it's not
at the time. Like,
but listen, okay, devil's advocate, it's rightfully not hers because Jordan's score was legit better.
Yeah, but after the inquiry.
Yes.
So I guess playing by the gymnastics rules, the inquiry is too late. It's not Jordan's medal to have. But I think because it was already awarded to her, they put it around her neck, they put the flag up, she was on the podium, she deserves to keep it.
No, I completely agree.
And there, like I said, there's times where they share the medal. The scores are the same. If they just mutually decide to share the medal, it happens. Gymnastics is like soccer. In a sport like soccer, there has to be a definitive winner. Somebody has to win the game.
Yeah.
And win the gold medal. That's why they go through to overtime, to penalty kicks, all that stuff. In a scoring-based sport, I feel like, where it can be kind of arbitrary. Like, I mean, at least for me, as somebody who doesn't know anything about gymnastics and how they score things, and like what's a good score versus what's a not good score and all of that. If you have a scoring-based system, I don't think it's uncommon for two people to get the same exact score. Especially, like, just say, like, Anna and Jordan did the same exact routine. I'm not saying they would score the exact same, but they'd probably score similarly.
Yep.
But if they were to get the exact same score, would they still get to share the medal, or would they make them, like, do it floor off? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that they both deserve to have the medal, and they kind of were like, yeah, let's share it at first, but no, the IOC needs to have a winner.
I know. And the other thing, too, which I think in general, it's really great to have rules, and it's really great to have laws, and it's really good to have
those things are important.
it's certain, like, yeah, and to have certain standards be put in place. And the Olympics is one of those things where they don't fuck around. They do not. They're like, these are our rules. Y'all know these damn rules before you go into it.
Yeah.
We're not budging, which is great, but in a circumstance like this, God, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it just really sucks.
To literally be like, yeah, we fucked up, but like our rules state that we can't overturn it, so we're just not gonna do it. That's like such like the slap on the wrist. They're like, you knew this would happen.
Well, we could spend a whole nother episode talking about how the IOC is one of the most corrupt like entities in all of sport. I don't think we have enough time for that today.
No, we don't.
But the IOC has failed so many times on so many things.
Yep.
And handed out punishments and handed out things that do not make sense.
Correct.
And like, this is, and I mean, I don't know the whole specifics of like if this is the IOC doing this, if this is like the World Gymnastics Federation or whatever. Like, I'm not sure who's really like the person making these decisions. But I mean, like, on the other end of it, like the IOC has a responsibility to protect its players or its athletes and support them, and you know, may the best person win or whatever. But like, you had the best person. Like, she went up and scored her. She did the inquiry. They found it to be wrong, or they found the original score to be wrong. They admitted they were wrong. They gave her the medal. So why are we having this discussion of like she was too late? Like, you were wrong regardless, right?
Yeah.
Like, if your score was wrong. So what's the point in being like, oh, well...
But also, like, why'd you fucking score her score wrong? Like,
and I mean, like, I'm sure that, like I said, like, I'm sure the scoring, like, it's probably the same with, like, diving or figure skating or any other Olympic sport that has, like, an artistic edge to it that, like, you know, I don't fucking know anything about the scoring. You know, if I was there, I'd hold up the 10 sign. But, like, you know, there's intricacies that come with it. And, like, you know, it's all over my head and my understanding. But at the end of the day, like, if she was scored wrong, it shouldn't matter the inquiry. Like, somebody messed up and somebody called them out as being Jordan's coach. And now we have this interesting situation of, okay, we were wrong and we corrected it, but the correction came too late. And now she doesn't have a medal. But now we can't give it back to her. It's just a mess, you know?
It's so messy.
And it's like the only people who it's really affecting is Jordan, because this girl from Romania got her medal. That was apparently to be rightfully hers, which it was until the inquiry came along. But, like, I don't know. If you mess up, like, you messed up, and somebody called you out and was like, I don't think you scored this right. I believe that, you know, Jordan has every right and is every bit entitled to this medal that Anna is, in my opinion, as somebody who doesn't know much about gymnastics, but knows a lot about unfairness. Just kidding.
Oh, this is interesting. Someone just posted this on X. Why isn't anyone talking about Romania not challenging Sabrina's out-of-bounds deduction? Jordan Chiles scored a 13.766 after her challenge, but Sabrina would have had 13.800 and won bronze if the IOC were trying to fix the judge's missed call by awarding Romania a bronze medal. Interesting.
I wonder too, maybe you can look it up. Is Romania, like, is this their first gymnastics medal? Like, I wonder if there's like they're fighting it so hard because like they needed it or something, you know what I mean? Like, to be so close and come so close and not win it. Like, I feel like that alone could charge somebody to the point of being like, we're taking this medal because it's ours.
Oh, look at her stupid picture for holding the medal.
Be nice.
God. I just would not want it at that point. Like, I hope Jordan gave that thing a smooch before she left.
Well, did you see that Flavor Flav was like, I'll make you a bronze.
I literally have it pulled up right now.
Yeah.
He said USA gonna fight the powers that be. In the meantime, between time, I'm a man of my word. Ayo, Jordan Chiles, I'm gonna make you a bronze clock necklace. That's something no one else has. Hit me up, my girl. I got you. And then look.
That's so loud. Turn it down.
Sorry. And then her.
Well, warning to everybody
every
wearing
headphone users.
Because he just blew out your eardrums.
Gina Chiles, just Jordan Chiles' mom, is like, she's an ex-stan. She's literally on Twitter. on Twitter all the time. She said, "Thank you, means the world." She's not on socials right now, as you can imagine. I'll share it with her.
But I think we're at an interesting point in like. I think the IOC fucks up all the time, personally, and I think every time there's a failure from the IOC to do what's right, every time I'm like, maybe next time, maybe next Olympics, and it never gets corrected. And I mean, like, we saw a lot of things this Olympics in terms of just like people like not being the nicest and like weird things happening, like with the boxer from Algeria who is a woman. Her name is slipping me. She is a woman. She was born a woman. She's biologically a woman. She just happens to have a little bit of high testosterone, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, she's a man. She can't box in the women's category.
Boys? I got high testosterone too.
Yeah, like naturally occurred in her body, and I was so happy that she fucking won the gold medal, because that is the greatest way to silence your haters.
Yeah,
and I'm not saying that Jordan has haters. I'm not saying.
Oh no, she got haters. People would be saying shit to her. They're like, "Oh, you shouldn't be crying. You should have just scored better from the start." Excuse me. You go out there.
You go out there and jump around.
You go out there while you eat your chips on the couch, boy.
Yeah, literally. But like,
boy, what the hell, boy?
Everything needs. I think like we just need to hit something, and like the IOC needs to just kind of like, I don't know, do better by its athletes.
Do better. Do your job, boy.
Just like things need to happen, and they haven't happened yet. Who knows when they will? But like the Olympics, like you were saying, is all about like countries are coming together. They're celebrating these athletes. We went from 1 minute celebrating Jordan Chiles and her bronze medal and being so proud of her, and being so proud of Simone, and being so proud of Rebecca and this all black podium, and seeing all of this growth in gymnastics, and then
to womp womp.
Yeah, to womp womp is one thing.
Yeah.
To not let her keep the medal / give her another one. How hard is it to make a bronze medal?
No, I know.
You had to have extras lying around.
I actually want to look that up. How many medals do they make per?
There has to be at least one more laying around somewhere. Can't just ship it on out to Jordan. I digress. But it's just an unfortunate situation, I think, no matter how you spin it. And I think the only things that can happen from this, because there will never be like justice to Jordan. Like, she will never get that medal. As you said, like, they're not going to reopen it and re-inquire about it or whatever. But like, make sure this doesn't happen the next time you have a situation like this. Or if every athlete who does the floor routine gets 4 minutes to challenge their like score, but the last gymnast only gets 1 minute, like, that's an easy rule fix. That's an easy change. Make it so everybody gets 4 minutes, or make it so everybody gets 1 minute. Like, it's weird to me that they all get 4 minutes, but she only had 1.
This sounds really stupid. I didn't know that you get paid every time you win a medal.
Yeah, you pay.
Guess how much you get paid if you win gold?
Isn't it like 300K?
No, 37,000.
Is that what I said? What did I say?
300K.
Oh, I meant 30,000.
It's 37,500 for gold, 22,500 for silver, and then 15,000 for bronze. Damn.
There's also
stop calling.
If you guys don't follow Christine Brennan on Twitter, on X, I highly recommend it, because Olympics is her shit, and Christine Brennan is just like an incredible human. I've met her before and I love her. But she tweeted a lot about it, and like all this stuff. I don't know if you saw this, but she tweeted yesterday. The IOC has finally emailed back. It says Romanians can give Ana Barbosu the bronze medal. Of course, Jordan Chiles has the original bronze medal back in the U.S. What a colossal mess. All avoidable if officials had listened to the U.S. and Romanians and given 2 bronze medals. So
imagine packing away your medal.
Which answers my question.
Bye.
They have 2.
Yeah.
They have enough.
Well, that's what I was trying to look up, and I couldn't find it. How many medals do you think they make per Olympic Games?
They've got to make like 500 of each. Like,
yeah, because you don't know who's gonna get what.
Yeah.
Could you imagine winning gold and then being like, "Oh, we're actually a little out of gold. Will bronze do?"
Yeah. This is nuts, and it's weird because like there is no Like, you can't look at, like, a lot of times, not to be like, I took a law class in college, but
I did.
But in, like, legal things, like, there's always a case that's, like, the precursor that, like, sets the standard for, like, how all things after it should kind of be looked at.
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing like this in the history of the Olympics that, as far as I know, where we can look at and be like, okay, but in this situation, you did something differently. So that's why I'm thinking, like, it sucks no matter how you spin it, because, like, Jordan Chiles is never going to get her medal back.
Nope.
And she has to, like, you know, live with the heartbreak of having this medal and then be like, psych.
Actually.
But I hope they use this. I hope they use this in a way that it won't happen again. Like, Jordan is the first and the last for this to happen to somebody.
I hope so. Look at us. We're right at the 40-minute mark. All right, guys.
Nobody saw our dap because the microphone's in the way.
Well, guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been a great episode. Thanks for listening to our TED Talk.
Yeah, we just love, like, it sucks.
Some D1 yappas.
It sucks that the Olympics are over and, like, this is kind of the way. Like,
I have, like,
this is how I'm gonna, like,
depression.
remember, like, the end of the Olympics being like, oh, people are gonna be like, oh, the Paris Olympics. I'm gonna be like, yeah, where Jordan Chiles got her medal taken away,
which is crazy. I will say, like, I don't remember watching London as a kid. I remember eating Rio up. I loved it. Tokyo was whack. Paris felt like the Olympics were back, and then LA 2028. Like, we're gonna be there. We have to be there.
Yeah, for lacrosse.
Oh my god.
And squash.
Oh my gosh, we have to be there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. All right. Sab's going to take that one over.
Sorry. No. You go. I didn't mean to. I just started talking without saying words.
I was just going to say thank you so much for watching. You guys can follow us on all the at Game Changers ETB. And when can they find this one, Sab?
This episode, we'll do that in our promo and whatever.
Oh, yeah, you're so right.
You know, we'll see you on Sunday as we normally do. Don't forget, on Sunday there is a playback stream, WNBA with Nick, our producer, and Zan, another guy who works here who's dope as hell. I met him in my master's program, and
you're so nice.
He's just the man, you know. Don't forget that Game Changers was presented by Playback, and you can catch all the other streams and all the other things over there. Kelsey and I are going to do one soon, I promise. We're not just avoiding the messages.
We're just busy gals.
We're just busy. We got lives, man. We got lives outside of this.
All right.
Not much, though.
Smooches.
No ASMR, please. We'll see ya. Have a good one.